Hi, second channel people. This is a continuation of my how-to video, and if you haven't seen it, it's going to be right here. My bullying story starts all the way in elementary school. I have spoken about this a little bit, but I've never sat down and really just drawn it out. I was bullied, I believe, starting in 3rd grade, and I started getting called gay. As a little tiny child, like I was itty bitty, teeny tiny little blonde kid, but I didn't even know what gay meant, and I was getting made fun of it, and it seemed like it spread like wildfire. And now that I'm really thinking about it, it seemed like my entire class hated me, and it kind of carried on from 2nd to 3rd. It really intensified in 5th grade. I was made fun of, like I said, being called gay, and then it progressed to faggot. And when I found out what those words meant, I was terrified, and I felt so awful, and I didn't even know that I was attracted to men. I started being aware in 5th grade, but not really, and I was crushed. I didn't know why people were calling me that, and it just got awful. At one point, I got injured playing outside with my sister. I fell on a metal spike, like it was like this big around, and it came to a point I couldn't bend my leg. And I was in 5th grade, and I was walking, like hobbling to the trash can to throw away a piece of paper, and one of my people that bullied me, he stuck his leg out and made me fall, and I bit my leg, and it wasn't supposed to, and it broke the skin and started bleeding everywhere. It was so bad. And then later on in 5th grade, I broke my arm in like 2 places and fractured it in 3 falling off a bunk bed. And the same guy, you know, he was like, I think he said, "You should have died, faggot," and then tripped me again. And it was so high up that they couldn't cast it, so I fell and my arm straightened out. It was painful. You know, I cried because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know why everyone hated me. And that was just in 5th grade. Probably bullied the most between 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. In 6th grade, you were kind of alone. Like, in my school system, you were alone. So it was just 6th graders. 7th and 8th grade, I'm gonna say were maybe the worst, but I can't really remember. It's starting to kind of blur together. But, like I said, I was tortured. I was also fat. I was overweight. And I was tortured. I was the fat kid. I was the gay kid. I didn't really fit in with a lot of people. Still pretty much like a little oddball. I had a couple friends that liked my stuff, but in general, I felt like the social outcast. And why are the dogs barking? Whatever. The social outcast of the world. I was tortured. I got sat on the bus. I was tortured. People spit in my hair. I would sit down, and like no one would want me to sit with them. I was the dirty fag. They didn't want to catch the gay. And, you know, at a tender age, it was heartbreaking. I just didn't really want to be, like, I don't even want to say alive, but I didn't want to be around the situation anymore. So when I finally made it out of 8th grade, into 9th grade, you know, high school. High school was supposed to be everything, and it wasn't. I keep saying tortured because that's the best way I can think of it. I had a really hard transition from middle school to high school. It felt like it, and I just didn't seem to have anybody to go to. And props to my sister. She defended me through all of this. We're only 2 years apart, so we were in school at kind of the same time. As I was saying, me and my sister are really close, and she really defended me basically from elementary school. We weren't really in middle school together, and then she really helped me later on in high school too, especially on the bus. But in high school, she was not there my freshman year, of course, and I got put in a lot of classes with people that I wasn't friends with, and it was awful. Nobody wanted to be around me. I made friends, of course. You make friends your freshman year, but basically freshman year really sucked ass. I can't really think of any specific instances that stick out of my brain. It was just you know, you walk through the hallway and it's fag. Well, sophomore year, well, actually it was the end of freshman year, I started to, it really started to bother me. It bothered me in middle school too. You can ask, like, anybody that knows me. I cried constantly. I had no, like, self-esteem. But in high school, it really hit me hard. And, you know, your hormones are flaring up and whatnot. And it stuck to me more than it should. And I really didn't talk about it. And I think that's really where I went wrong. My mom, you know, she knew. The end of freshman year, I started my Rebel Against the World campaign. And I dyed my hair black. I remember that. It was fun. I got my lip pierced. You know, I was 15. I was like, if no one likes me, then fuck them. I'm gonna do what I want. Well, I also started dabbling in like not eating. And that's where a lot of my roots of my, like, self-esteem issues and food problems came from. And sophomore year, I lost a lot of weight. I was almost 200 pounds, and I basically dropped 50 pounds in, like, a summer. I came to school, you know, had long, flowy black hair, a lip piercing. I made a really good friend, but I guess in my head, I figured that if I just accepted the fact that I was going to be an outcast, you know, dye my hair black, I'm in the South, like, that's always a huge deal, like, get your lip pierced and start wearing punky clothes, like you're burning in hell. Well, I guess I thought it would help me find friends, and it did, but it did not help me getting made fun of. I got bullied even more. Then I was a freak, freak, fag, just the regular things, and it doesn't feel like a regular, you know, issue, like it's a word, but it bothers you so much. And sophomore year was I want to say my lowest point. I really dabbled with the idea of suicide, and I know that probably sounds extremely cliche, and I hope my mom and dad don't watch this. You know, sophomore year, you know, basically, if you're attracted to men, and I knew I was attracted to men, and that was not helping. A lot of things happened at once. I got kind of thrust into coming out way too early. My family knew, and I was just in an extremely traumatically, like, emotional place. I did not know how to handle it. My friends Jen, Maggie, Ray at the time, those two were like my girls. So hey, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Maggie, I'm pretty sure you were moved away, but me and Jen were really close. I love you two so much. And Anne-Marie, oh god, I can't forget you. Jen and Anne-Marie and Maggie were my girls. We stuck together basically through everything. You know, I dated Anne-Marie and Maggie. But I really think that if I didn't have those three ladies in my circle of friends, that I probably would have just bit the bullet and offed myself. It was one of the, you know, you shouldn't have to deal with it. And I knew that I shouldn't have to deal with it, being bullied on a daily basis. And teachers knew. Of course they knew. You can't not know when a student is walking through the hallway and somebody just yells fag and you see them laughing, like the teacher laughing. So fuck you, Tennessee school systems. And I like I said, I was lucky. I said that in my other video, that I was extremely lucky to have those ladies and my friends. And of course I had other friends. I'm not forgetting any of you.